Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be looking at today's racing at Greyville, the 16th of September. Before we start looking, there's a few things I would like to mention, please. First of all, for those who are watching Outside of Genie for the first time, Outside of Genie is not a tipping service. Outside of Genie do form analysis, and by doing a form analysis, we then can find you outsiders that we can give to you as the punter. You then take that selections and you add them to your own selections in whatever is your favorite play. Each person, each punter has got his own favorite play, PA, jackpot, pick six, quartet, trifecta. So you take our outsider selection, add them into your selection, and hopefully, if the outsiders arrives, whether they win or place, you will then get the bigger dividend. And that is the whole purpose of Outsider Genie, is to help you to collect those bigger dividends. Now today, we are sponsored by Team G Racing. Team G Racing has put together a syndicate, which I will tell you a little bit more later during this video. You can also subscribe to receive this video every day. Click on the subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll get notification every time we post our daily free preview of the day's racing. We are also on Twitter and Instagram, as well as our contact details 0835855133. Just quickly mention here some of our winners over the last few days. We managed in 4 race meetings, we tipped you 16 winners. So that's not too bad. And they all, some of them was well priced. The kilo won at 16 to 1, 500 occasion won at 16 to 1, and so forth. So you can subscribe to receive a daily preview where we'll give you specific numbers and horses to play. That's above the free preview video that we do. Our normal package is 500 per month. If you sign up now till the end of the month of September, you'll pay 250 rand. Then we have a offer that expires tonight at 2400. If you sign up today, you can get selections till the end of October for only 400 rand. And then we have the summer season has already started in Gauteng, so you can have tips from September till end of November. Your normal cost would have been 1,500, and you can have that for 750 rand. That's a 50% discount. If you subscribe to our daily form analysis, you'll get race by race selections, outright winner, and 2 possible outsider selections. So what we do is we give you one horse we think will win the race, and then we give you our 2 possible outsider selections. Yesterday in the last race at Turfontein, our free selection, our outright selection, and 2 outsiders finishing in the first 3 places with a payout of 142 rand. If you played 10 rand, you will have collected over 200 rand for your 10 rand. Value bets, we try and give you value bets normally 6 to 1 and higher. We also give you best bets of the day. We don't give you a 9 to 10 or even money that you can find yourself. Then we also give suggested trifectas and quartets. You can play those numbers as is, or you can just take some of the numbers and put them into your own selections and then play that. And then we also give you affordable PA and a pick 6, which is the same, which you can take and you can do with you can play it as is, or add in, or take out, or put some of your own horses. That's for you. So this is just a guide for you in terms of your exotic bets. So that is then our homework. So let's now look at the racing today from Greyville. Where we kick off with race number 1 at 11:45. It's a maiden plate over 1400 meters. I just want to mention that Super 6 race meeting, it's a new concept that's going to be worldwide. And today's meeting are being televised and will be shown worldwide. And our sponsor, Team G Racing, are also one of the sponsors of the races. They're sponsoring race number 6. So let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. I could just go back to the top quickly. All right, we're going to race number 1, where we have 15 to 20 Good Time Guy, 6 to 1 Italian Dynasty, 7 to 1 Steeplechase, 14 to 1 Austin Creed, 16 to 1 Angelicus, 20 to 1 Captain Seeger, Montana Sky, Fletch of Honor, and the rest 28 to 1 and higher. So let's look at have a look at the field. As I said before, I cannot talk about all the horses. I mainly talk about the horses that I think has got a chance, or that you might want to include into your play, because otherwise the video gets too long and people don't want to watch it. Here we have a 3-year-old gelding with versus Genterich by Greta, nicely bred. I had one run over 1,000 meters, but I'm sure the 1,400 meters will be up this horse as Ali, and with Warren Kennedy on board, Gavin van Sale's stable, drawn 4. This horse has a nice introduction behind Captain Opie. There's already 3 winners out of that form line, so that makes that form line very strong, and I'm sure Good Time Guy will be hard to beat in this race today, although at a very short price. But you might want to find a few outsiders that you can include into your play in order to maybe get the bigger dividend. And one of those outsiders we want to recommend is Italian Dynasty. It's a J pick out of a Dynasty mare. Also had a nice introduction over 1,400 meters on the gravel, drawn 6, then that day was drawn 7, and ran 4 lengths behind Lion's Head. And I'm sure this run would have brought Italian Dynasty on and can definitely be involved in the finish. Another horse that I want to look at is, I want to talk about, is number 7, A Time to Remember. And I think this horse is at long odds, A Time to Remember. Yeah, it's 28 to 1. But if you have a look at this horse's form, he had a nice introduction on the barrier trial, and then came back after that long race in June. And it really ran on well, and it says there's races in the stall, but it ran on well over 1,000 meters. It was like 11 out of 12 and then moved up a little bit. But I do think that the 1,400 meters will suit this horse better, and definitely a horse that you need to include into your play, so that if the horse arrives and you stand in a queue collecting your payout, laughing, you'll be thanking outside of Genie. Yes, number 5, also a Dynasty by a National Assembly mare. Yeah, also had a reasonable introduction over 1,100 meters, and I'm sure looking at the breeding that the 1,400 meter will be also more to this horse's liking. So let's move on to race number 2, which is also a maiden plate over 1,400 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. So here we have a first timer, Avener, 70 to 10, and then 72 Banzai Pipeline, 6 to 1 Jace Dancer, Alfredo 13 to 2, Captain Hall 15 to 2, Red Hot Knight 10 to 9, 10 to 1, 16 to 1, and longer the rest type. They don't know me, 22 to 1, twice as golden. So this is very difficult in this race now. You'll have to watch the betting on number 10 and maybe include it in your bets. But because I'm a form analyzer and there's no form for the first timer, then I'm looking now for the horse that is, in my eyes, has got the best form currently. And here we have number 4, Jace Dancer from the Tini Prinsloo stable. This horse, both in the last 2 runs, last 3 runs, he had bad draws. Today, he's dumping from draw 4, Luke Ferraris on board. And although it's on the poly, I'm sure this horse won't have a problem on the turf. And I'm looking for Jace Dancer to give Tini's Prinsloo his second winner for the day. Then a horse I want that you need to include in all your play is number 5, They Don't Know Me. It is this horse also improved from his first race to his second race. He really improves, moved up, no finish. But I'm sure the 1,400 meters will suit this Wiley Hall colt and by Agronaut down to the ground. And I'm sure that this horse will definitely be involved in the finish. Will definitely like the longer distance. Another horse that we can look at is number 8, Red Hot Knight from the Gavin van Sale Junior stable. This horse has had a few runs. It's a 5-year-old. Recently had a stable change and has been running there and thereabouts. Warren Kennedy, the champion jockey. I do feel that this horse is a dangerous horse and has got a form to win this race. So do not exclude number 8, Red Hot Knight, from any of your bets. The horse has run a number of places, 7, 9, 11 places, second or third, and has run against some decent opposition in the past. So I would really think that number 8, Red Hot Knight, is a big danger in this race. The betting currently on that is 10-1. So definitely an inclusion in all your bets. So then we go down to number 13. It's a 3-year-old by Mambo in Seattle by Tiger Ridge Mare. Surfer Girl has had a nice introduction over 1200 meter in a poly, but drawn 13, which can be a disadvantage. But dude, it did run on well, 23.5, 400 to finish, second fastest 400. So slow, bold, eased up. So I had all kinds of problems. So maybe, you know, today over the turf, but also now have to overcome the draw of 13, but also a horse that you need to include in your play. So now let's move on to race number 3, which is a Fraser Mares handicap 73 over 1200 meters. And this is first of the 6 Super 6 races. Autoimmune Warriors are sponsoring this race. You'll see that the colors is not a colors on a race card. Each team has its own colors, but I'm sure they will on Teletrack tell you more about that. So let's have a look at the betting on race number 3. Royal Wheel 33-10, Color of Light 4-1, Storyland 13-10, High Delilah 13-10, Tango Time 8-1, Matador's Parade 8-1, Solar Flare 8-1, Ginger Biscuit 12-1, Anna's Grove 12-1, 20-1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look here. I want to go down to horse number 12. You'll see there's 12 horses in each race, and then the jockey will get points where they finish, and the team will get points, and at the end of the day, the team with the most points will be the winner. My choice here is number 12, Storyland, but unfortunately he's drawn 12, and that is a bit of a problem. But this horse came from PE, has run quite a nice races in PE, and then ran into future races here, much stronger than his meeting today. And wow, this global view, how they are running. And global view, I believe, is by Galileo. So that makes him a very, a stoutly bred stallion. So, but I'm sure the jockey has got experience to maybe overcome this. And I'm sure this horse will be running out the end. And therefore, Storyland is my choice to win this race. Other horses that we can look at is number 9, Solar Flare. It's getting -2.5, but drawn 9. But also had run against some decent opposition in the past in Gauteng. Now finds itself in Natal, and now running in a average merit rating 71, where in Gauteng it was running against 80, 81s. Here it ran around 71. Mr. Minister Pace probably needed that run after the race, and I'm sure today will have a better showing. Then also horse number 11 is Ginger Biscuit. Now this horse, wow, this horse is a 9-year-old, and he's still running like you cannot believe. Already had 81 runs, 9 wins, and always a danger, always having a chance. So do include in all your play. Unfortunately, drawn a little bit wide in 11th place. Royal View, definitely in with a chance, has been running well and can win any day now. Also include in your bets. Now, here's Tango Time. This horse is a 4-year-old that has only had 2 runs. And came after a long rest and won first time out. So maybe this horse has got a lot of ability. So do include in your bets, in your larger bets if you want to. So let's move on to race number 4. Race number 4 is sponsored by Drakenstein Stud. It's a merit rated 78 handicap, 1200 meters, Class C, average merit rating 73. So let's have a look at the betting. Isle Columbia 17 to 20, Kingston Rock 13 to 2, Tarzan 11 to 1, Canadian Bolt 12 to 1, Swagger Jagger 12 to 1, 14 to 1, Chief Officer Chatterston Keeper 16 to 1, and longer the rest. Now, guys, I can tell you now, I won't be rushing to the bookmaker to take 17 to 20 on Isle Columbia. I don't say the horse cannot win. Let's have a look here. It's a 4-year-old. It's only had a few runs. Last time out, beat Lord Wiley. Lord Wiley came out to win again. So definitely the horse has got a chance, but I can't see 17 to 20. As a matter of fact, my first selection in this race is number 6, Kingston Rock. This number 4 is carrying 60 kilograms, a 3-year-old. A 4-year-old carrying 60 kilograms. Kingston Rock is a 5-year-old, but he runs well on this distance. He's had to win in a lot of places. Getting a -2.5, has run against slightly stronger. Last time out, just got beaten by Winter Chill. And yeah, has run against some decent opposition in the past. But the -2.5 was certainly help it. Now it's carrying 56. So it's getting 4 kilograms from the favorite, and I'm sure Kingston Rock will be involved in the finish. Then also have a look at the stablemate Fred. Fred has been running there and thereabouts over the 1400 meters. Now they're putting it back over the 1200 meters, and yeah, they're putting on blinkers today and putting it over the 1200 meters. So I'm sure the blinkers is to sharpen it up. And this horse shows a lot of speed, and maybe he will be a little bit better over the shorter distances. And currently at the betting of 16 to 1, definitely a horse that you want to include into your play. Another horse that we want to look at is number 8, and that is Chatterston Keeper, also long in the betting. But this horse has been running well, and also against a little bit stronger position. Yes, she ran against a 90 in a B division against Ad Ultima. Now today she finds herself in a C division, and so there it's 83. Okay, just faded about over the last 200 meters. I'm sure the 1200 meters will be definitely upper alley. So include 8 Chatterston Keeper will definitely boost the dividends should this arrive. Canadian Bolt also have a chance. It's not run badly after its maiden last time out behind Captain Fontaine. Ran just in front of number 8 here. And Gavin Wright was the jockey there. Schwartz was just another jockey. So it's not the same jockey. So Canadian Bolt just in front of Fred. And so definitely they can, continue their due. Then number 10, Tarzan, also is running well and can also be involved in the finish. So all in all, definitely an open race. Here's number 12, Purple Persuasion. Also with Crawford, there's also Crawford runner has been transferred from the Allison Wright stable. Drawn 12 can also be involved in the finish. So all in all, open race number 4. Let's move to race number 5. But before we look at race number 5, we are also one of those sponsored races. Okay, now I'll do that now. Let's look at race number 5 first. A Dromex Fraser Mare 75 handicap over 1600 meter, Class D, average minute rating 69. Let's have a looking at the betting. Here in race number 5, we're betting number 1 in Jess 33 to 10. 9 to 2, Miss Rosa Parks, 11 to 2, Beljar, Hot Money, 5 to 1, Fire Fairy, 5 to 1, More Than a Dime, 15 to 2, Sacred Blue, 17 to 2, 10 to 1, Count the Bucks, Mrs. Hotline 10 to 1 and 20 to 1 and longer the rest. Here we have number 1, More Than a Dime. Has been running there and thereabouts. Maybe you want to include this into your calculate in your play. But the horse I'm going for in this race is number 3, Sacred Blues. It's a filly by Olataria out of Ladies Sing the Blues by National Emblem. But the thing that drew my attention was the -4. This horse now only carrying 54.5. That won its maiden last 2 rounds ago, and then ran a very good race last time out, 24.2, fastest 400 to finish over the Greyville 1600 meters. So with the same jockey, the jockey knows it well, and I'm sure Sacred Blues will be there when the photos are taken. Other horses that we can have a look at in this race is number 7, which is Hot Money. Hot Money also running well, did win its maiden, and then last time out ran third after the maiden. Warren Kennedy on board for the first time on this horse, but I'm sure he is very competent, and definitely Hot Money can be involved in the finish, as is number 8, Fiery Fairy, also getting a -2.5, running well, running places. Last time out finished fastest 400 to finish. And as you can see, this horse often runs fastest 400 meters and sometimes just arrives a little bit late, but I'm sure Fire Fairy can definitely today be involved in the finish. Yeah, then you can also have a look at number 9, Count Du Bucks. Count Du Bucks also in with a small chance, I would think. Has been running there and thereabouts, but has also been running against a bit of strong opposition and it's meeting today. And I would think Count Du Bucks definitely inclusion for your quartet. Here's number 10, In Jest. In Jest is also running well, running places, has won 2 races, but a little bit drawn wide, number 10, but can be involved in the finish. Yeah, definitely inclusion in all your bets. So let's move to race number 6. Race number 6 is sponsored by Team G Racing, which is also sponsoring outside the Genie this video today. Before we discuss that, I just want to refer you to this. Team G Racing has put together a syndicate. Now, this syndicate is for the man in the street, the punter in the tote, or playing from a home punter. Team G Racing want to give you the chance as a smaller punter or so to also own shares in a racehorse. So Team G, in partnership with NORTHWEST Online Bloodstock, has put together a syndicate where you can, for a small once-off outlay of 1,700 Rand, and you can pay that in 2 installments and a monthly fee of only 200 Rand a month. You can be part owner of 3 horses. Now, these 3 horses, 2 of them, the one has already won 2 races, that's a filly. The other one is about to win his maiden, and the third one is a very well-bred 2-year-old that will be running in January, February. So you'll then be a part owner in 3 horses. And the syndicate will be managed by NORTHWEST Online Bloodstock. And if you want to get more info, visit nwob.co.za, click on syndicates, and you will get all the information there, how you can become a racehorse owner for the amount of 1,700 Rand and 200 Rand per month. So let's now go back to race number 6. Race number 6 is a merit rating 88 handicap, Class C, average merit rating 78 over 1,600 meters. So let's have a look at the betting and race number 6. Here we have number 4, Angus 22 to 10, Dutch Alley 9 to 2, Master of Destiny 9 to 2, 5 to 1 New Stream, Master to be 15 to 2, 11 to 1 and longer the rest. 2 scratching, 6 and 8. So let's go down and have a look then. I someone want to straight go down to my fancy in this race, which is number 11 New Stream. Now, the ability rating in race number 6 is 78. Now, if you have a look at where this horse is run against, 82, 84, 85, he won at 85, The B division, 82 against Promise. Promise is a very well performed horse. Williams Lad, 90. 86 special blend. Vision, 83. And now today, in 87. Now today, in race 6, it finds itself in a average merit rating of 78, down in class. The only drawback is drawn 11. Aston Aries is bringing in the winners, and I really do believe that number 11, New Stream, today is going to be hard to beat in this field. Let's have a look at some of the other runners. Number 7, Master of Destiny, Sean Wheel, drawn 7. This horse has won its maiden, and after its maiden has also run not too bad, and I'm sure number 7, Master of Destiny, can be involved in the finish. And also we're going to have a look at number 5, Martha to Be, by Warren Kennedy. It's been riding by Warren Kennedy. This horse has also run well in his last race behind Go Man Go, fastest 400 to finish, and as you can see before, has also a few occasions fastest 400 to finish. So this horse will be running on at the end, and drawn 5, and definitely a giant danger can be there when the photos are taken. Here is the favorite with Anton Marcus, drawn 4. Yeah, it's coming from the Cape Town, where it's run against some decent opposition. Nothing wrong with that, but you know, was soundly beaten by Silver Host and Katak in future races, and then ran 2.5 behind Rocking Ringo. Oh, Rocking Ringo is not a world beater. And in Black Belt is also a kind of horse that took a few races to win. But I will say number 4, Telly Angus, not without a chance. So let's move on to race number 7, which is sponsored by Klaver Stud. Felicia Mays, 84 handicap, Class C, average merit rating 80, over 2,000 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have Electrical Surf, 22 to 10, Scarlet Chill, 5 to 2, Twice to Sydney, 33 to 10, Zangara, 3 to 1, Red Owl, 9 to 2, 12 to 1, Arizona, Wishful Girl, and 16 to 1, Comanche's Flight. So let's have a look at the field here. Twice to Sydney, number 8. I want to have a look at that. Here we have Twice to Sydney. Now, if we have a look, Twice to Sydney, the merit rating in this race is 80. Now, Twice to Sydney has run against some decent opposition. Last time out, ran well behind Rise, and I do feel this was course and distance, 2,000 meter, 1 run, 1 win, and I do think that Twice to Sydney today will definitely be involved in the finish. Red L from the Sale stable, Warren Kennedy, has also been running there and thereabouts against some stronger opposition. There, Moon in June, Rise just ran behind Twice to Sydney behind Rise, and can definitely give my first selection a run for its money. And then also we want to look at number 5, which is Wishful Girl In. They've tried this horse over various distances, but it looks like the 2,000 meters minus the 2.5 of the jockey, Wishful Girl from Lingari by Western Winter. I think the 2,000 meters will be suit this horse better, and I'm expecting a good run from this horse. Then with other horses with chances, here we have number 1, Electric Search, the favorite Marcus. I've I've recommended this horse quite a few times, but every time he disappoints. So not for me today. It can win, but not my first selection today. Zangara has also in with a chance. Has also had a stable change recently to Dennis Bosch. Was also in that race behind Rise. But yeah, also in with a chance. Small field, but a lot of horses with chances. Let's now move to race number 8. Where my first selection is number 3, Silver Rose. Now, Silvano is an 8-year-old already, but this horse has run against the best in the country, and some of the best horses, and always run well. Now finds it in a lower division, -2.5, and definitely I think number 3 Silver Rose hard to beat. Other horses that you can look at as number 5 Master Magic. Now this horse is very long in the betting, but this horse come from Joburg, where he's also run against some really good opposition. Didn't perform too badly, and I'm looking today. Master Magic has also had a stable change now with Gavin Van Sale Jr. And they say sometimes a change is as good as a holiday. So Master Magic, do include in all your bets, definitely in with a huge chance, although the form does not expect it, but expect a big run from number 5, Master Magic. Then race 7, White Lightning. Now, White Lightning is also a horse that's always there and thereabouts. Has been running well, also against some strong opposition. Black Bull, you can see them marching together. Now finding itself down in class. Lyle Hewitson, so number 7, White Lightning, also a horse with a huge chance in this race not to be left out. So let's now move on to race number 8 and race number 9, which is a maiden plate over 1700 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have, sorry, I forgot to look at the betting for race number 8. So let's look at that quickly. Merlin from Berlin, 53-10. Favor 4-1. Techno Captain, 15-2. Just Cruised In, 10-1. My Selection, my Silver Rose, 8-1. White Lightning, 15-2. Pollard, 10-1. Clouds of Witness, 15-2. 12-1 Matterhorn, and 14-1 and longer the rest. So let's now look at race number 8, where the favorite is Lady of Latia, 18-10, Freestyle Star, 53-10, 7-2 Treasure Pearl, Polygon Shopping, 9-2 Top Me Up, Holy, 5-1, 15-2 Miss Caruso, and 14-1 and longer the rest. So let's have a look at race number 9, and yeah, here we have the favorite. This horse always find Lady of Latia, always find something to beat her. Anton Marcus in the saddle for the second time. Last time got run out of it by Wiley's Wonder. Here's my first selection today, Polygon Shopping, a jackpot by Model Man Me, and this horse did run over this shorter distance, debuted, and then run a very nice race over 1600 meters. I think with Warren Kennedy on board today, can be the business. I'm sure this horse is going to improve. And yeah, my first selection is Polygon Shopping to be the favorite Latia, Lady of Letitia, or whatever the name is. Other selection that you can have a look at is number 4, Treasure Pearl, a philanthropist. The debut 1200 meters, running a nice race, stubborn, stayed on. Aston Aries and Miller had some winners over the weekend, and I'm sure Treasure Pearl will give a good reckoning of himself. And then another horse that you can have a look at is number 9, and that is Miss Caruso. The Cliffy Miller stable, Lyle Hewitson riding, has been running well. Last time out, it came from a bad draw. Today, a little bit better, but not the best, but was there and thereabouts. So definitely as a horse, a strong contender. Yeah, in this race, a few horses with chances, and a difficult race to conclude the Pick 6 with. So I do hope I could have point you in the right direction to make money. And as I always say, break a leg.